So after Primal Bell's ex threw acid on Luna's face in May 2022 and burned her house down in January 2023, he and his 15-year-old daughter, who he involved in his assassination attempt, were...
Dude, this is crazy. So the girl Sv3rige is dating now, I think she's like pretty fucking young, like 20, 21, 22?
How would you react to this? Lol.
I'll look at that in a second. Thanks for the donation, dude. She was dating a guy who had a 15-year-old daughter, so he would have had to have been, like, realistically, at least, like, 35, probably? That is really weird.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to... I don't know.
No.
Massive
Oh,
house
God.
fire
It's in the
in
back
Japan.
of the fridge.
Is it? No, 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 it's here. I need
Really?
this light on. I need this light on.
Okay, the light switch is right there.
I just turned it on. It didn't turn on. Ooh,
Okay,
it's,
turn
it's
it.
the
You keep
night
it on
light.
and off, yeah.
Oh, yuck. Okay. Please film me. Oh, God.
Wait. Can you put the lid on my kettle first?
Why? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd smash the thing with a frying pan. I wouldn't bother catching
ready?
it.
No!
Can you come over here?
There's no way you're gonna be able to catch it.
Ready? Ah, fuck!
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, sorry.
It's fucking jumping. Yeah, dude, just smash it with a fucking frying pan. Either that or just get a shotgun or something. Thanks for the nation, mentally eel.
I love how cute frogs try to sound when they are trying to be serious monsters. The first clip is so relatable, lol.
The younger sibling when you barely touch them. That frog is very loud. Let's see this next one. I don't answer my text sometimes because my phone often gets seized by frogs. That is really weird. Thanks for the donation, bend over.
Caught trying to flee the area in which the empty house was severely burned. Said man, Ilias A, says he was blackmailed and intimidated into doing the attack by an unhinged Sv3rige. There was a...
Yeah, so he's 34. This is really weird, man. So a chick who's like 20 was dating a 34-year-old guy with a 15-year-old daughter before she met Sv3rige. Oh, it's so weird. People are all crazy.
Deleted Instagram post where Primal Bell mentions that her ex broke her nose bridge, so it's possible Bell willingly or unwillingly told Sv3rige things about Ilias that he so desperately didn't want revealed to the public that he's willing to commit these attacks to appease Sv3rige. It is also possible that Sv3rige and or Bell threatened that Bell would press charges against him for his past abuse of her if he didn't commit the attacks. His claim that he was intimidated caught skepticism from the judge when she stated, "You only started making statements about the threats after you told your daughter that you would be paid for what you did." Well, yeah, that honestly makes sense. According to one of the articles, he said him getting paid for the attacks was a cover story he told his daughter. He probably didn't want to tell his daughter he was being blackmailed because that would raise the question, what did these people...
I don't even understand. Why would he tell his 15-year-old daughter that he was going to try to assassinate somebody? Like, if you didn't want somebody telling this, like to the police or something, a 15-year-old girl is probably the last person you want to tell about a crime. They blab. So this guy sounds like he's lying and was somehow, for some reason, I don't know, a big Sv3rige fan or something. Like it's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he have told his 15-year-old daughter? Yeah, that doesn't add up.
people have on you that's so damaging, they can blackmail you with it. And B, that'd be basically telling his daughter that she's in danger if he doesn't commit the attacks, because if Sv3rige is crazy enough to try to get him to murder Luna, who's to say if he doesn't commit the attacks, Sv3rige won't pay someone else to murder him or his daughter? Or even if he does commit the attacks, who's to say he won't have someone else, murder him so that he won't snitch on them? I guess then it'd be a never-ending cycle, but nonetheless, I could see Sv3rige doing that. Your statements about the threats are rather vague. Well, yeah, if they blackmailed him into committing the attacks by saying they're going to release information about him if he doesn't, he's not going to be super forthcoming with said information they were blackmailing him with. So this guy was allegedly abusive, like Sv3rige, so you can see why Sv3rige wanted him to do the attacks. The judge in the case rejected Ilias A's lawyer, Roland Aert's request to subpoena Gaddis, Bell, and Luna for testimony, as she claimed Gaddis and Bell would not add anything at the moment, and because Luna told the police she didn't know who Ilias was, well, she might know why he committed the attack, and, on the part...
That's really weird. Really weird. Because I can understand from an evidence standpoint, you wouldn't really be motivated to subpoena somebody who's currently in another country because this guy already, admitted guilt. But he's partially responsible for the crime. You could say he's the one ultimately responsible, but he still has partial responsibility. Gaddis is the one who paid him to commit the attack, so why the fuck wouldn't you subpoena Sv3rige and add him to the charges or something? Like it's so weird. I don't know why that judge has no interest in getting Sv3rige to be subpoenaed.
Of not subpoenaing Bell and Sv3rige, this is an egregious mistake on behalf of the judge.
Yeah, really.
As every day that Gaddis is left out in the free world, he has the opportunity to murder Bell and his newborn baby, as well as anyone else his unhinged self wants to assault or murder. To be clear, to be subpoenaed for testimony means that a judge orders you to appear in court to testify under oath. That being said, in countries such as the United States and the Netherlands, where the case is taking place, you have the right to remain silent or the right to not incriminate yourself with your testimony. Nonetheless, it is unlawful to not...
That doesn't mean you can't be subpoenaed. So, yes, you do have a right against self-incrimination. That doesn't mean they can't order you to come to court.
Appear in court without just reason, so a subpoena could force Sv3rige's hand into allowing Bell to go back to Europe from where they currently are, which is likely on the Asian continent, to evade European authorities. Thailand is where Catherine said Sv3rige asked her to come meet up, but he and Bell could have moved by now, or maybe in the process of moving. Nonetheless, this would give Bell the opportunity to reveal what Gaddis has been doing to her, and she could be protected from him. The next pro forma court date is on July 13th, which is one day from the time I'm filming this, but I'm unsure when we're going to get details from that, as most of this information has come from local Dutch articles. As more evidence comes out and developments take place, though, it is very possible that a warrant for Sv3rige's arrest could come down, and a country like Thailand would almost definitely extradite Sv3rige if authorities from the Netherlands request that, which they would if he was facing criminal charges. But even though the judge is clearly incompetent, it's almost as if she's a Sv3rige cult follower. I am fairly confident that he will be indicted and a warrant for his arrest will be issued anywhere from now to August, but I lean more towards any day now. A question I want to answer in this video is, what should his punishment be? Put in the comments section what punishment you think fits his crimes, plural, but in deciding sentencing, or perhaps even whether the death penalty should be used, prior trouble with the law is often taken into consideration, so let's do that too. This wouldn't be the first time he got arrested, as he stabbed 4 of his classmates when he was in high school. According to metro.co.uk, it has now emerged that in 2006, a 16-year-old Gaddis armed himself with 2 knives and attacked classmates at his school in Latvia. He stabbed and injured 2 boys.
Yeah, and apparently his reason for committing the attack was to reenact a movie scene that he saw. He saw like a stabbing in a movie, and he wanted to reenact that scene.
And a girl inside his classroom and attacked a 3rd boy as he ran for safety. According to reports, Latvian police said they found him sitting in front of a computer after the attack with the 2 knives beside him. All 4 victims were taken to the hospital where they were treated for light injuries. He remained anonymous in reports at the time and claimed he was influenced by a movie, while his headmistress, Parsla Kotman, said he had a craze for computer games. Miss Kotman is still in charge of the...
Yeah, he was fucking obsessed with, what's that shitty game? Crap. Why am I not... Hey Jasmine, what's that shitty game Sv3rige would play? What's that shitty game Sv3rige would play? Yeah, RuneScape. Yeah, he was obsessed with RuneScape. At one point in time, he was the #1 RuneScape player. I don't think that's what encouraged him to stab anyone.
Check out what wild cockatoos do when you give them free crackers XT.
There you go. There you go. Don't bite me, please.
Later.
Oh my god. What the fuck? The one cockatoo was like, "Hey guys!" That's fucking hilarious. Ow! Oh my god. That would be like my new favorite hobby, feeding cockatoos. Thanks for the donation though, Ben. That's pretty funny.
School and identified Gaddis from a video from his latest protest at the Soho vegan market. She told metro.co.uk, yes, Gaddis Lagsdens has studied in our school, Ventspils Gymnasium No. 1. However, after the incident in 2006 when he attacked his schoolmates with a knife, he left the school. From the video you sent, I can confirm that the person is our ex-student, Gaddis Lagsdens. Said video Parcel Cotman was sent was the one where Sv3rige was gnawing on raw squirrel corpse at Soho vegan market, where he basically got arrested for disturbing the public. This didn't lead to much. He just got arrested, taken to the station, and released soon after. But this video is both hilarious due to the idiotic whining from him and his followers about him being arrested for literally chewing on the dead tortured corpse of a vulnerable childlike being who didn't deserve to have their life prematurely ended for hedonistic sensory pleasure, and eerie due to the sight of Luna kissing Sv3rige on the lips and crying as he was being taken away by the police. If and when he gets arrested again, Luna will likely be crying tears of joy as she finally feels some semblance of safety after that unhinged maniac terrorized her for so many years and is now behind bars.
You know you're facilitating a hate crime against his religious right to eat meat.
Really, I'm not making any sense to a normal person like myself.
Oh, so you haven't sworn an oath of the Queen then?
No, I haven't actually. I have, yeah.
And she hasn't sworn an oath on the Bible then?
I've heard people like you, lots and lots.
Like me?
Yeah, so you're going to quote to me the law.
So now you're going to be racist or what? Like me? What am I like?
I'm racist.
I don't know, someone who's generalising other... You're not
I would talk to you as a reasonable person.
Well, you don't seem to. You just said no matter what, you're going to take him in.
We're going to take him in.
But that's not reasonable.
How do you know?
Because
Do you know the rationale in the ground?
Yeah, that guy, can't remember what he called himself. He had a YouTube channel. He did an interview with this fucking moronic doctor who ended up getting called out because not only did the guy, I think he worked for the NHS, not only did the guy just share absolute bullshit information that would embarrass like his colleagues and the organization he worked for, he also appeared on what was essentially a hate channel. Like, this guy was friends with Sv3rige. They were both promoting like literal genocidal ideas where like rape is okay, the Holocaust is okay. And then that doctor forced him to take the video down, and then I think he ended up deleting his channel or something. But this guy was a fucking clown.
Do you know the rationale in the ground?
Whether he's been lawful or not.
Bring my phone, I need my phone. Can I have my phone?
Maybe it's not clear.
Time is now 50:40.
Can you give her for the camera?
Sorry.
No comment.
He just needs to say no comment, and then he needs to ask for Byman solicitors.
Illegal.
You are doing something
Listen, Byman solicitors. Byman solicitors. They're an activist solicitors. Ask for them. Do not take the duty solicitor. Duty solicitor works with the police. Byman solicitors.
Step up, please. Thank you.
Byman, yeah?
Take the camera.
Come here, let's go.
So here they are, showing once again this is not a
No comment until you've spoken to the solicitor.
If you're liking the video so far, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs, and hit the like button for more Sv3rige. Make sure to become a live streams I'll be doing, as well as exclusive videos. Make sure to become a member by clicking the join button below, or the link in the pinned comment or description. You'll have access to everything for just $5 a month, but if you really like what I'm doing and can afford to support me more, you can choose the $10 or $15 a month option. Thank you. He was also put in a mental hospital once. The reason for that is a bit unclear. He may or may not have been arrested prior to being admitted into the mental hospital, but
He shared the reason on his YouTube channel. He was following a completely plant-based diet for a while, and then he got into raw food eating. He said he was vegan at one point. He wasn't. he was just interested in health. He started eating only raw plant foods, and then he discovered breatharianism, where you can get energy just from staring at the sun. So he stopped eating. He would stare at the sun all day, and he became anorexic, and he ended up getting hospitalized against his will because they thought he had mental problems, and he went to a mental hospital that specifically dealt with eating disorders. So that's why he was in a mental hospital before.
If you had the power of invisibility, what would you do with it? Would you stroke it in the women's locker room at the gym? Would you fart in people's faces on the subway? Can you please do an OnlyFans stream trimming pubes and shave butthole and balls?
If I had the power of invisibility, I would wipe some people out of existence, and I would sabotage. I would just go around the entire country and sabotage slaughterhouses, just light them on fire. I'd go to farms, sabotage farm equipment, light them on fire. So that's what I would do. And maybe steal some shit. Don't think I'm gonna do, you know, pube and butthole shaving stream on OnlyFans, though. Thanks for the nation, slurp my ballsack.
Watch this.
Seeing as we are all everything, at all times, that meaning anything that is naturally human, we are also predators and cannibals at all times. Always. This is why I want to mention what happened to me last year. When I was in the intensive care, I talked about this in the video, sun gazing warning. When I was really starved and then I started eating again, I wanted flesh so much that I actually wanted human flesh, and there's a reason for this. And I also saw people sun gazing, visions of it, and having organs in their hands and eating them and such. And this just really got stuck in my head. The reason I mentioned this is because I was quite mad at these doctors there because they were giving me this carbohydrate shit, and there's a lot of stuff going wrong there. And that's why I actually wanted to just bite one of them and eat them. And looking back at this, it doesn't seem weird at all, but actually generally now, since I've been eating raw meat, I don't find it weird in any way at all. It's actually really quite natural.
So now I'd like to...
Yeah, that guy is a crazy wacko fuck and needs to be put away. He really should just be put away for the rest of his life. He's way too much of a danger.
Ask and answer the question, what should Sv3rige's punishment be, given that he's found guilty of paying and or intimidating Primal Bell's ex into throwing acid on Luna's face and burning her house down? Well, I'd say he should get life in prison, and that said prison should feed him a Whole Foods plant-based diet, okay? Because here's the thing, if he is put to death, he goes out the easy way. If he is forced to stay alive and is put on a plant-based diet, him being alive and feeling alive from actually having a healthy diet that doesn't cause heart disease, human's main cause of death, would be worse for him, since he'd have to confront what he's long fought against most, which is the truth that he is wrong about virtually everything, intellectually and morally. He deserves life in prison, not just for his human victims, but for all of the animal victims he murdered for nothing but sensory pleasure, backed by pseudoscience. Sv3rige is an existential threat to several people's lives and is Hitler to the animals. He's absolutely unhinged. For this reason, he is a danger to the public. He does not belong in a civilized society, and he needs to die in prison. And I'm committed to making that happen. And I'm committed to bringing about a future where all abusers of animals are hunted down and put behind bars, a future where carnage savagery is prevented by force so that eudaimonia can finally be accomplished. Sv3rige also was likely hunted by the police, who he fled from after the disaster in Romania that involved Luna allegedly cheating on him and him threatening his whole carnivore squad as well as Luna with a knife. If you're not caught up on that, you need to check out this video right here.
That is fucking baffling that the judge has no interest in, you know, subpoenaing Sv3rige when he was the one who ultimately spurred on this attack. Like, he's the one who paid this guy to try to murder his ex-girlfriend. So why the fuck would the judge not have an interest in getting the subpoena? Get the donation thee then now. So Gotis acid attack on Luna. So for those of you who don't know, Sv3rige broke up with his girlfriend Luna. They had a child together, and because Luna was taking advantage of social benefits, so she was basically getting welfare from the government, she didn't want to add Sv3rige's name on the kid's birth certificate, because if she did, that means she has a man she's with, and that's an additional income, so she might not have been able to get welfare benefits. So Sv3rige and Luna deliberately chose not to put Sv3rige's name on the birth certificate of his kid so that she could get welfare. And what that means is after they broke up, Sv3rige had absolutely no legal right to claim custody over this kid. So after they broke up, Luna just took the kid. Sv3rige couldn't do anything about it. He talked to some lawyers, and again, because his name wasn't on the birth certificate, he has no legal right to, argue for custody. So Sv3rige was upset about this, and somebody around the same time donated him a Bitcoin, which at the time was trading for about 23,000 US dollars. And Sv3rige used that roughly 23,000 US dollars to not only buy a hair system because he was balding, and he was self-conscious about being bald, he also paid for a hitman. And the hitman threw acid on Luna, and apparently it was sulfuric acid, and we'll get to the photos later. And a second time, he paid for another hitman to throw a Molotov cocktail into Luna's home, which apparently this guy threw the Molotov cocktail into the baby's room. So this guy almost tried to light a baby on fire. So he don't live stream anymore because he's afraid that his IP address will give away where he's hiding. He and Bell is on Interpol list for extradition to Netherlands for the acid
What
attack.
happened to Sv3rige's most recent girlfriend, Belle? Looking at Goatsy channel, she hasn't been shown or been mentioned anywhere in a year or so.
So word has it Sv3rige is basically holding her hostage, and he's abusing her. So that's essentially what's happening. There's probably a reason he's not allowing her on camera, and it's likely because she's going to look super depressed or beat up. I wouldn't be surprised if she has like bruises on her face. And if that's the case, he obviously doesn't want to show her on camera. But that's supposedly what's happening. Dodo Tellers debate is happening now.
Just watched some of Solbra's videos. He's in the spiritual connection community and posts videos of nonsense, completely unscientific made up shit to try to make himself sound important. It's all a scam. He's clearly narcissist. And shaves his legs, lol.
Wow. That guy's calling me a soy boy, but he shaves his legs like a fucking girl. Okay. Well, thanks for that donation, Poopy Stinks. If I ever talk to him, I'll mention that. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I think this is a Kiwi Farms post, so this is where this is coming from. So apparently, Sv3rige is on the Interpol list for extradition because he's wanted in the Netherlands in connection to this acid attack. The case is open for the press, and the nasty sulfuric injuries that Luna suffered coming out in pictures will make Gotis and Mary scared of being found, as even Gotis fans going to want to step away from him. Gotis paid for the Molotov to be thrown at his son's bedroom window after when the arson happened. So yeah, again, like I mentioned, he paid, I think, the same hitman, again, to throw a Molotov cocktail into his son's bedroom to try and kill his, like, baby boy. Nothing natural about trying to kill your own flesh and blood. Only sickos like that loser German carnivore Florian going to stick around Gotis. Mary's daughter is first case in a few days' time. Mary's husband case is January. Gotis going to be as famous as Manson when the vegans get hold of the story to attack Primal Diet. Gotis won't be able to hide easily anymore despite with his wig and his new teeth. So the following... Oh yeah, Luna nearly had her arm amputated from the acid, and her kid had to stop breastfeeding and then see his mom looking like that. The stink around Gotis and Belle is what they in hiding because they know it coming out anytime. They trying to cash in on the baby while they still can. So, yeah, it looks like Gottis is going to end up getting found by Interpol eventually. The police released this video footage of the acid attack, and it's pretty fucked. So that's Luna. Yeah, pretty sure that's Luna. Yeah, so Dodo, I don't think I'm gonna watch the debate right now. I'll probably react to it after the debate's done.
You think Sv3rige would be brave enough to date a woman like Vladislava Galan-type muscularity? Why did he want to kill her?
No, there's no way he would, and he'd probably say, like, it's unnatural, this and that, you know, bullcrap like that, but yeah, no. He'd never date a girl who could beat him up. And he wanted to kill her because she broke up with him. That's the primary reason. And she also, they had a kid, and she wouldn't give him custody over the kid. So that's why. Thanks for the donation, James. Diet Donate $2. Watch this. It's a good story, but then look at the top comment.
While driving home in Canada, this family witnessed a bear attacking a young moose. The man didn't realize, but when he decided to save the little moose, fate's wheels began to spin. The little guy was scared, but trusted humans. He took the little moose home, treated its injuries, but then a new problem emerged. The little guy was tense in this strange environment, seemed to miss its mom, wouldn't eat anything, and in just a few days became skinny as a rail. The man stayed with it around the clock, which made the little moose gradually depend on him. Finally, on the 4th day, the little moose started eating willow leaves. However, it seemed to prefer milk, and its appetite was way beyond that of a normal moose. As time went by, the little guy made this place home, having a blast every day, even found new buddies to play with. But it was a wild animal after all, and had to return to the wild. Neither of them wanted to part ways. A few years later, on a clear morning, as the man was about to drive out, he saw a large moose walking towards him. He quickly realized it was the little moose he had saved. Now, it was the king in the moose herd. From then on, this moose would come to visit its savior every year. Time flew by, and this friendship has lasted for 25 years.
Well, that's a sweet story. It's too bad none of these fucking people are vegan. Dude acting like the bear is a villain when he's just being a bear. Yeah, the bear is a villain. What the fuck? Funny how a beautiful friendship was started from not allowing the bear to be a bear. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, apparently the bear has more of a right to live than the moose. Saved one animal to get eaten another day, starved another, and not all heroes wear capes. Jesus, these people are fucking retarded. I don't understand why people think it's okay for a carnivorous animal to kill and eat another animal, but it's not okay to intervene. Yeah, it's literally nature, though. Fucking retarded. Thanks for that donation, Diet. Yeah, if the bear attacked a human, I guess they'd be like, oh my god, you interfered in the bear's food. Should have killed and eaten that person. Like...
Richard, please, is there a reason why you don't post your debate videos? That's almost how anyone here heard of you, not the private members only videos or live streams. Do you just not think it's important? Because it is. Or you just can't be bothered?
I don't know what you're talking about. I do post my debate videos. I just haven't uploaded the Kick or Keep one yet, but the debate videos are either in the live stream section, if the live stream was entirely dedicated to debating. It's not going to be in the main video section, and then if it was a live stream where I did other crap, I download it, cut the video, and then upload it. But look in my live stream section. Thanks for the donation, Mola.
Look at these good boys.
Alright, we'll take a look at that, Oatgoat. Thanks for the donation. Oh my god, that is a good boy. Holy shit.
Hi, hello. I need a new dust filter for my Hoover Max Extract Pressure Pro, Model 60. My situation is very hot.
Okay, good luck with that. Thanks for the donation, Sv3rige.
Look at him. Oh, he loves them.
Is she doing that at Turkey's?
You see him, boy?
That's a good cat. That's a good kitty. Those are good boys. Thank you for that, Outgoat.
How old is the baby? What about the other animals that the man was eating? Well, predators do help to keep the environment clean.
Apparently the kid was breastfeeding at the time, so had to have been like within like around a year old, if that, or a few months. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the kid at the time was less than a year old. This acid attack happened a couple years ago, so now the kid's like 2 or 3 or something. So, predators keep the environment clean. Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure insects can, do the job for, bears and stuff. Thanks for that donation, though, James. See, Diet Donate Tillers, is it just me, or are you streams consistently getting way more viewers since Turkey Tom? Like, maybe I'm wrong, you're at 350. What did you average before? I think I was getting around 2 to 250. And yeah, since the Turkey Tom vid came out, looks like more people are watching. Thanks for the donation, Diet.
Richard the First Lover content. I'm Paul Bernardo. Pants Costarac just Paul Bernardo. Fuck this lil bitch from the back. Want more? That was good, huh?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thanks for the donation, Preston.
Ty, for all your insight on veganism.
Well, thank you for the big donation, Himims. Glad you're getting some, info and education out of what I do. Appreciate it, man. Mike Donate Tellers, is Canada housing market worse than America's? Yes. Housing costs are about double what they are in the US. Also, could you ever see yourself doing something like physical therapy or maybe in the technology field? Not really. So I'd have to go to school, get a degree for either of those things. Currently, right now, I'm not really interested in going back to school. So there's other things too. I'm not into the whole 9-to-5 job thing. I'm only really interested in working for myself. And I'm kind of more of a creative person, so I don't like doing the same thing every single day with the same people, shit like that. I'd rather just do what I feel like doing when I feel like doing it type thing. Thanks for the donation though, Mike. Gig donated $2, says, say my name. I just did. Thanks for the donation, Gig.
A stray dog was saved yesterday. I watched a dog on a roadway and watched everyone ignore him. This society is wretched and sick. Only myself and a couple of teens bothered to care. I brought him to the shelter and I might adopt him. 1 score for veganism.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up that more people wouldn't come to help. But glad you stepped in and did the right thing. Thanks for the donation, Lionheart.
The hitter was incompetent. I could have completed the job.
Yeah. It was an acid attack. I'm sure you could have done a better job with an acid attack, but I don't think you would have wanted that job anyway. Thanks for the donation, James.
Lot of people on the stream tonight?
Yes, there are a lot of new people watching. Thanks for the donation, James. Appreciate it. So you can hear the screaming. That's when the attacker threw acid on her. And these two people came to help her. I think, anyway.
Help! Help!
Okay, these might have been the attackers, actually. Yeah, those people might have been the attackers, actually.
Do you have an explanation why women date psychotic dangerous men like Sv3rige? I just can't understand it. Like we all saw this coming.
Well, they're crazy and stupid too, so... You know. You can warn these women that the dudes they're dating are psychotic fucking whack jobs. They're gonna kill them, and they won't listen. Some women actually prefer to debate psychopaths who are dangerous. They get, like, a turn-on from it. So there are women who will preferentially date, like, serial killers, murderers, rapists, because they get a turn-on from, you know, the dudes they're dating being dangerous. That is a thing, so that might also be part of it. But, yeah. Luna's, like, a stupid person, and she's a bit of a lunatic herself, so... But thanks for the donation, Long Foreskin.
I was trying to rap lol. I've been watching you for years. I recently bought a Paul Bernardo book.
Oh, okay. I don't know who the fuck Paul Bernardo is. I didn't notice you were trying to rap, but thanks for the donation, Preston. Yeah, so that's the video. So that's the video of the acid attack. This is the aftermath. So a lot of the acid went on her arm and her chest and a little bit on her face. You can see the burns on her face. I don't know if it burnt her eyes. It might have. From what I've read and gathered, I don't think she's blind. But apparently she almost had her arm amputated because after the acid attack, the burns on her arm were so bad that she almost lost her arm. She also had to stop breastfeeding her child because, again, the burns on her chest were so bad she couldn't breastfeed anymore. So that's what Sv3rige did to his ex-girlfriend, and now he's currently wanted by Interpol. He's deliberately chosen not to do any live streams because he doesn't want his IP address tracked. And apparently it's easier to upload videos on YouTube or what's that other site he was using? He's using some other content, you know, streaming website to post to. And apparently it's just harder to track somebody's IP address if you're using sites like that. But if you're doing live streams, apparently it's easier. Yeah, Telegram. He's been using Telegram. So, yeah. Walls are closing in. He's an internationally wanted criminal now. The video footage of the acid attack has been released, and photos of what happened have been released. And hopefully, eventually, somebody in public spots him, and if he ever tries to travel again, hopefully he gets caught and then brought to justice and put away. I'm sure it's going to happen any time now, but yeah, it's pretty fucked. Yeah, a lot of people think Sv3rige is in Thailand. The reason is he's mentioned he was in Asia. He's also been on stream before, like a year ago. and he mentioned that he really likes Thai food, particularly like Thai soup. So for a guy from Scandinavia to, randomly say he's in Asia and then comment on how much he likes Thai food, he's probably in Thailand right now. So hopefully the Thai police catch him and then he gets deported to the Netherlands where the attack happened, and then he gets arrested.
This rise in viewership could be due to people being filtered in from the dual kick stream. More money and clout for Mr. Gaines. Also, I don't remember hearing a thank you for motivating you to do it the past couple weeks.
I don't think so, but maybe. Thanks for the donation, asshole. And yeah, thanks for the motivation, I suppose.